Amy Glackman, who is going to pay for this because she was really kind enough to send a worker from her office down to my office so we could stay open for taxpayers, but letting my staff come to this celebration today is tremendous. And my staff members on the front row here is Debbie. Debbie, stand up for me, please. And back in the back, Sarah Plunkett, and they are absolutely the most wonderful workers I have. And we have a very, very good working relationship to all you taxpayers in the courthouse annex. I'm not leaving out Ken Apsley and Brad Landwell in our prosecutor's office back there, but I don't see them as often. So, and then to my left, which I'm getting waved at, but I didn't forget him, we got a commissioner sitting back there. Mr. Parker, would you please stand? I appreciate you being here. And I'm not going to leave out a very, very special friend, not replacing Danny Overly by any means, but my very special friend up front here, Melissa Worst. Would you please stand? She's the worst person I ever met, but she was an awesome coworker. I have two, all of you are special to me, but I have about three really, really special people that I have to recognize other than my family, and that would be Mr. and Mrs. Gene Sexton back here. If it was not for Helen and Gene Sexton, I would not be standing before you now. Gene Sexton was my inspiration to stay in school and not quit. I'm going to embarrass him a little bit because I've told this story before, but he is my, by far, favorite teacher, other than my kindergarten teacher, Mrs. Carol Cooper. Teachers were my inspiration, and police officers. Police officers picked me up and took me home when I would get done working at Frisch's Big Boy to make sure I stayed out of trouble, and that's the truth. If you know me, I can get in trouble pretty easy. Mr. Sexton, say what you will, but he had a paddle club when I was in school, and if you forgot your book, paper, or pencil, you got a whack every day. I know I was in front of him every day. But that gave me inspiration because he was giving me the attention I was not getting at my home. And with that, I always have one question to ask him. And he used a paddle. He really did. If you don't believe me, when I walk away, look at my behind, because it started swelling at 40 and it hasn't went down. My other inspiration, Danny Overly said it correctly, is my husband, St. David. If Dave, will you stand? A lot of people, no disrespect to him, he is not a real people's person, and for him to get dressed up to come to this, I have made waves, let me tell you. The other part being, he is the one that kept the home front going when I was away at the academy. That's 10 weeks. Some of you in this room is too young to remember this, but the microwaves had just come in to play. I went to the academy the first week, came home real quick, I'll tell you, I had a new microwave. I went back the next week, come back, had a new dishwasher. It pays, ladies, to leave home once in a while. I do not mean to leave my other family member out over here. Andrea, I'm sorry. She was sitting at the table. Please stand. Andrea works right next door. I apologize. I knew you were sitting over there. I just forgot to look to my right a little bit. So, to the committee, thank you very much. I know it's a tough thing. I've been on committees where you have to make selections, but I'm honored to say some of you I don't know real personal, so you didn't know much about me till you read. That's good. Again, thank you to all of you. I know you want to go back to work, but oh gosh, I just want to go around the room and thank everybody. Margaret Hale back there, she was the first to send me an email and said, wow, what the hell? Class of 67. Class of 67, we graduated together. So I'm very, very honored, and in closing, I want to say I've come a long way since buttering toast at 11 years old for public service to where I am today, and I will always, always be honored and most humble for receiving this award. So my time is up. Thank you, and have a good day.
Mary Jo, we are fortunate to have you as a member of our community. Thank you so much for everything that you've done. Thank you, everyone, for joining us to honor and celebrate her today. And I want to again thank our sponsors, Major Health Partners, Indiana Grand Racing and Casino, PNC Bank, and Girls Incorporated. We appreciate your continuing support of this event. In addition, we want to thank the staff here for the great lunch, their great service. Thank you, Bill, for your technical help today. And again, we thank you all for sharing a part of your day with us. Thank you. Have a good rest of your week. A little side note, if all the past Athenas can just stay for a moment and gather up here for a photo, thank you.